I'm going to skip the intro today because today's video is a follow-up to yesterday's video about the CEO of Ford that lamented in the fact that he can't fill 5,000 positions for mechanics paying over $120,000 a year. Now, this video is going to get into a little bit of that, but mostly about, that's right, Canadians that just want to get the hell out of Canada. So let's just get into this story. Right away, Ford CEO Jim Farley laments that he can't fill 5,000 mechanic jobs paying $120K per year. We're in a lot of trouble in our country. Now, he goes on to talk about the issues around skilled labor in America. There are all kinds of crucial jobs. Now, I get into this, but before we go into that, the naysayers, immediately naysayers come out of the woodworks. Here's George on X saying Ford CEO is either lying or horribly misinformed about his own company, apparently. They make nowhere near that. I assume the $120,000 number is a theoretical limit. Like, that's the highest you can make. People don't understand America, I guess. There's no limit to what you can make. And this is working at 60 plus hours a week. Ford pays flat rate. That means if a job pays 1 hour, but it actually takes you 3 hours, you were unpaid and you're shit out of luck. And this is usually the people that suck at their jobs, honestly, bring this stuff up. And we have a lot of this. I'm a flat rate technician myself. I rarely do less hours worked or less hours billed than hours worked. I usually, and this is part of becoming a master technician. And in fact, I would like to refer people to a YouTube channel that I know. This is the Flat Rate Master. He's from Georgia and he does videos specifically about this, how to become better at your job, how to make sure that you're always under time on your tickets. This is the way you make money. This is how it works. And naysayers, whatever, apprentices don't work on flat rate. Typically, once you become a master tech, you're put into the flat rate system. And believe me, you can make a lot more money as a flat rate technician, as a competent flat rate technician, but I'm not going to dwell on this one. I put this out yesterday on X. I said the U.S. has 1 million openings in critical jobs, emergency services, trucking, factory workers, plumbers, electricians, and tradesmen. Ford is paying their mechanics $120,000 a year with 5,000 openings. They really can't fill these positions. What would happen to Canada if the USA were to open up immigration to Canadian licensed tradesmen? This was the question, and a little hint, Canada wouldn't be doing so great because Canada has a shortage on these tradespeople already. Now, just look at the numbers, 120,000 USD, that's $168,000 Canadian. This is what you could be making as a flat rate technician in the United States of America. And believe me, it's not just the Ford dealers that are offering this kind of money. There are lower paying positions all over the place. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Go on Indeed, go on all these different other websites looking for jobs. I know this because I've been looking. I've put everyone knows here, I'm on my way down to Texas pretty soon. So I put my eyes on what the job market looks like, and we'll see what happens when I get there. But the reality of the situation is, if given this offer, Canadians would leave. And I'll get into a bunch of the replies here in a minute, but let's talk about what's happening in the news. Better Dwelling here, great publication in Canada, says Canadians are leaving for good in record high volumes. This is the reality of the situation. Canadian emigration is the word for when people leave a country, not immigration, which is when people come to a country. Canadian emigration, it's like capital flight, but with talent. So people with skills are leaving the country, and they're doing it in record numbers. The last quarter measured, and this is the thing, it's hard to measure how many people are leaving, but in the last quarter, there was 100, based on the last quarter, in the last year, from that point, 120,000 confirmed Canadians have left the country. Skilled labor, doctors, lawyers, what have you, they have left the country. Emigration is when Canadian or permanent residents leave the country permanently. Outflows happen, but persistent and rising outflows indicate discontent with the local conditions, whether it's economic, political, housing, or brain drain. Ultimately, it signals a country is failing to offer opportunities or inspire long-term confidence. It's not just any group leaving either. It's primarily talented, prime-aged workers with the most opportunity. Policymakers don't pay much attention to the gross volumes, preferring net numbers as long as they can make more Canadians make more. They can make more Canadians than they lose. A worker is a worker. Replacing an experienced worker with a fresh graduate isn't a straight trade, at least not immediately. It ignores the fact that Canadian talent is also some of the most coveted in the world. Training new talent while ignoring losses after they're trained isn't a benefit to Canada. It's a competitive edge to the countries we're losing these people to. But this is the direction that Canada is going. And this is what I'm hearing in the grumblings in the trades world. I am a member of the trades world. I'm a member of the Industry Training Authority. I have a Red Seal in Canada. I'm a trained automotive technician, and we talk to each other, folks. We talk to each other, and the growing discontent is very much there. JB on X posting this one saying, I'm a Canadian citizen. Unfortunately, I have zero pride for Canada. Zero. I'm just a tax slave here, and it's going to end. My family is counting the days until we can get the hell out of here. We hate Canada. Our sadness phase is over. Just pure hatred now. Sound familiar to you? This is the growing discontent with the country. Now, you can see here, he's showing a picture of the Freedom Convoy. This is when Canadians got together, and particularly tradespeople, truckers, folks, truckers, mechanics, everybody was showing up. Most of the people that I know that were there were mechanics, HVAC, some sort of trade certificate, this kind of people. They were upset. And what did Canada do? Canada turned on them. Canada turned on them. People, the media, everybody turned on them, and they were maligned. And this is what happens in the country when this happens. This is what's going to happen. Now, just to get a bit of a sentiment of what people are saying. The U.S. has 1 million openings in critical jobs. This is the tweet that I put out, and I asked people, hey, respond. Benjamin Durden here, he says, I'm a highly skilled tradesman with no criminal record, and I'm working on getting one of those jobs for the new year. See you later, Canada. This is where it's going. We got more people. Stefan saying, if they allowed me to interstate, which is the legal term for trucking from state to state without crossing a national border, I think I'd go. Absolutely, if it was made possible. Steakman 911 says, I'm a certified level 2 welding inspector. I've looked. Unreal the amount of potential work in the US. It's unreal. Color me gone, says Net Zero Liberals. It just keeps going on. I wish the US would offer such a program and fast track to work visa for oppressed Canadians. Now that would be a brain drain. I'm sure millions of Canadians would jump at that opportunity. And it's just, oh my gosh, I would be at the border so damn fast. I know plenty of others who feel the same way. All homeowners, we would be coming with money for down for homes in the US. I mean, can you say it any other way than this? Amazing. Okay, I'm gone. I'd leave Canada tomorrow. People talk about brain drain. How about the skills drain? Skills trades levels leave in droves. This is the brain drain, my friend. This is absolutely the brain drain. People don't realize the consistent maintenance required to maintain your modern way of life. Well, people throw that away, and you get lots of stuff. I mean, it is comment after comment after comment after comment. It's unbelievable the amount of people that are just absolutely ready to go. Absolutely ready to go. Now, the question is, what would happen to Canada? Well, we all know, because Canada is in a situation where Canada is also in a trade shortage. There's the same situation in Canada as there is in the United States. The only difference is Canada is punishing those who have the skills with higher taxes, lower standard of living. Most people will say, hey, well, we've got free healthcare. I've had enough of this argument of the free healthcare. You wait in line to die, and I'll pay for my medical. Thanks. I'm totally fine with that. I'll just go pay for those services. Absolutely. Productive workers are at most 25% of the economy, or 10 million workers. If the USA took in 1 million workers, the Canadian economy would fall by 10%. Just imagine. As if it hasn't fallen already by more than 10% because of the ruling party in Canada. Now, again, more naysayers, more people. Ford's not paying that. The CEO of Ford is a liar. Again, I defer back to the Flat Rate Master. Go check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description down below. Again, more people saying that flat rate is a way to scam people. I'm a flat rate technician and I make decent money, even in Canadian standards. This is the reality of the situation. Now, most people in the industry that are successful know this. They realize this. Most flat rate technicians make on average more than non-flat rate technicians. But this is just one example of the great money that there is to be made and how much better that money is in the US. Opportunities bigger. If this were a thing that were to open up to immigration, this could be huge. Now, I want to tell you, I'm working with the guys over at The Bridge. The Bridge is a consultation company. They're helping people relocate to the United States. Currently, there is no opening for tradespeople to just get a visa just on the fact that they have trades, but we are going to be working on something. I'm heading down to Texas early next month, and we're going to be shaking some hands and we're going to be talking to some people, and this might be a political move. This might be something that we can push and get passed, actually get brought up because of the labor shortage in the United States and how necessary it is. A link to their website down below if you want to go talk to them. If you want to relocate to the United States, that might be an opportunity for you. Link is in the description down below. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. What would happen? What do you think would happen if all the tradespeople in Canada were to ship off and go make some good money and have a little bit higher standard of living? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.